What's likely the world's biggest free trade deal went into force.
World's largest free trading bloc
of free trade agreements.
Free trade.
Ink on the world's largest free trade agreement in a virtual signing ceremony.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amir Aiyub and we are from Group 10 of Principles of Macroeconomics, Econ 1160. Today we are here to present the topic of trade liberalization, particularly in Malaysia. So firstly, let's explain and dig into what it means when I mention trade liberalization. By definition, we can say that trade liberalization is the elimination or reduction of tariff and non-tariff barriers on the trade of goods between countries. These tariff barriers are the implication of taxes or duties on abroad trading imposed by the government to increase revenue. On the other hand, non-tariff barriers are restrictions of imports or exports of goods and services through mechanisms other than the simple imposition of tariffs. Trade liberalization for the past couple of decades has been recognized as one of the important mediums for the poorer countries to be integrated into the modern world of global markets. Furthermore, trade liberalization is the tool for economical growth and distribution. The development of global trade was mainly rocketed after the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade in 1947. Later on, in the 1980s, trade liberalization had started to develop in many countries and really escalated in the 1990s. Looking at trade in Malaysia are part of ASEAN Free Trade Area, AFTA, Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OIC, and Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, RCEP. The AFTA aims for a complete free trade among the contributing ASEAN members. To add on to that, Malaysia are also signed to the RCEP, which is the world's largest current free trade agreement. This agreement aims to lower tariffs and open up trade in services. ASEAN remained as an important and strategic trading partner for Malaysia, accounting for 25.2% of Malaysia's total trade in 2020. Trade with ASEAN is valued at 447.4 billion ringgit, a decrease of 9% compared to 2019.
CPTPP, Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership. CPTPP was introduced to replace TPPA, Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement, after the withdrawal of USA. TPPA had previously bring Malaysian export value increased by 19.4%, equivalent to RM 786 billion in 2017 after the sign of TPPA. TPPA was introduced by Barack Obama. It was to assert their dominance and power over Southeast Asia. It was a hegemony tactic on China. However, in 2017, USA withdrew from TPPA. The withdrawal of USA was made after Trump became president. He cancelled TPPA, which he thinks will not make America great again. What happened to the members of the countries? They still remain their pact with only 11 members, and at the same time, Malaysia and some other countries had signed RCEP and ratified it last year. RCEP was introduced as USA withdrawal from TPPA. Plot twist.
What?
USA left and made into agreement with UK and New Zealand last year. And another plot twist. At evening, after the announcement, China showed interest in CPTPP, and also other 5 members also showed interest in CPTPP, which is Indonesia, Korea, Philippines, Taiwan, and Thailand. Now let's recap. TPPA was signed without China. After USA withdrawal, TPPA rebranded to CPTPP and came into on December 2018. And at the same time, RCEP were ratified last year and USA made pact with UK and New Zealand. After the USA agreement, China and other 5 members shown interest. What a plot twist. CPTPP will bring in its current form would generate income gains estimated at 147 billion annually. But if China and other 5 countries were to join, these gains will quadruple to 1,235 billion with them. CPTPP is still under negotiation as yet to be enforced. Therefore, the concern on CPTPP will be assumed as same as TPPA. The concern is on SME ability to compete with foreign companies and their fear on the foreign dominance. Therefore, there are tons of initiatives made by governments to SME. One of it is to prioritize SME in certain projects, and others to help to ensure SMEs competitiveness. The government help to integrate local businesses into the chain of supply with the help of GLC, government-linked companies. They are urged to leverage their relation, and they are also given a tax for the help. SMEs are urged to merge between companies to upscale their performance. And by that, the government will subsidize their cost of merging and acquisition between the companies. And so far, from the data provided by DOSM, Department of Statistics Malaysia, SMEs GDP increased by 7.2% and their participation increased to 37.1% in 2017 compared to 2016, 36.6%, which is an increase of 0.5%. Therefore, CPTPP might seem a lucrative agreement. However, it's going to be long-term and complex agreement. But let us just hope for the best for Malaysian economy.
Comparison Malaysia with other nations. Malaysia opens to international investment and trade may be harmful because the weakness competition in price. Removing tariff means the big countries can export to the weak countries more goods and services with cheap price. So it will destroy the companies, and the companies, local companies will fail because the weakness of comparison in price, and that will be harmful for the nation, the country. If we see here in the first table, Malaysia between 1986 and 1989, tariff reductions were made during 1998 and 1992 in themes including food, household goods, clothing, and electric goods. But Indonesia reductions were in 1993 about around 10%. Second table, there is comparison before liberalizations and after liberalizations, between 1976 and up to 1998. If we see Malaysia in 1988, import duty was 8.441. Import growth was 10.6, but after liberalizations, import duty 5.9, import growth 15.48, means there is a decrease in importing goods. But if we see Chile, 1976, there is import duty 13.93 and import growth 2.949. After liberalizations, import duty 12.42 and import growth 8.88. And there is another countries. Here the last table is between real GDP and growth of export. Malaysia, if we see here, in between 1956 and 80, it was real GDP is 7.3, and the time growth, yes.